Unheard presents What They Did to Us, Part 2. The Nat Turner case was not an isolated incident of human skin being turned into objects. It was part of a documented pattern. In the 1880s, not the 1680s, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, white physicians used the skin of black people to manufacture shoes, slippers, belts, wallets, and cigar cases. This was documented in the Mercury, a Philadelphia newspaper, on March 17, 1888. The article reported that a prominent Philadelphia physician openly wore shoes made from the tanned skin of black people. When asked about them, he stated, and these are his recorded words, that the tanned hide of an African makes the most enduring and most pliable leather known to man. He said this with pride. The Jim Crow Museum at Ferris State University confirmed this practice occurred. The science of anthropodermic bibliopagy, the binding of books in human skin, is documented in Megan Rosenbloom's Dark Archives, published by Farrar, Straus, and Giroux. Rosenbloom documents that dozens of books bound in human skin exist today in the world's most prestigious libraries and museums, confirmed through DNA testing, made not by serial killers, but by respected medical professionals, doctors, professors, men with titles and credentials. Phyllis Wheatley, one of the first published African-American poets, has the grim distinction of having her book of poetry confirmed as the only title with multiple copies bound in human skin. A black woman's words bound in black skin displayed in libraries. That is not history from another civilization. That is American history. This chapter is sourced from Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington, National Book Critics Circle Award winner, Harvard Medical School Fellow. From the earliest days of American medicine, black bodies were not patients. They were raw material. James Marion Sims, called the father of modern gynecology, former president of the American Medical Association, built his entire surgical reputation on experiments conducted on 3 enslaved black women, Anarcha, Betsy, and Lucy. He operated on Anarcha approximately 30 times, without anesthesia, without consent, without the possibility of refusal. The justification was a pseudo-scientific belief, manufactured by the medical establishment, that black people felt less pain than white people. This was not a scientific finding. It was a lie engineered to justify torture. Sims also opened the skulls of black infants to observe what happened when the bones were manipulated. He did this only to black children. This was called medical research. Starting in 1932, the United States Public Health Service recruited 600 black men in Alabama and told them they were being treated for bad blood. They were not being treated. They were being observed as untreated syphilis progressed through their bodies toward death. When penicillin was discovered as a reliable cure, the men were not given it. Treatment was not only withheld, it was actively suppressed. The study ran for 40 years. By the time a whistleblower exposed it in 1972, men had gone blind, suffered neurological collapse, died slow, preventable deaths, and passed the disease to their wives and children. The United States government watched all of it, documented all of it, and called it science. Medical Apartheid also documents that the U.S. Army Chemical Corps released mosquitoes carrying dengue fever, malaria, and yellow fever into black neighborhoods in Florida and Georgia. testing biological weapons on a population that was never told and never asked. Medical apartheid's central argument: Tuskegee was not an anomaly. It was the most publicized example in a 200-year history of the American medical establishment using Black Americans as unwilling human guinea pigs. This chapter is sourced from Without Sanctuary by James Allen, nearly 100 photographs of lynching in America. Foreword by Congressman John Lewis, now in the Smithsonian Institution collection. John Lewis, a man beaten nearly to death for the right to vote, called these photographs evidence of an American Holocaust. The Tuskegee Institute documented 3,436 lynchings of Black Americans between 1882 and 1950. That is the documented minimum. The real number is higher. But here is what makes Without Sanctuary uniquely devastating. Photographers were present at these killings, not documenting atrocities, celebrating them. After the killing, after the hanging, the burning, the shooting, the mutilation, the crowd arranged itself around the body, families, couples, children, men in their Sunday clothes, and they smiled for the camera. The photographs were printed as postcards and sold as souvenirs. People mailed them through the United States Postal Service with casual notes on the back, the way a person might write home about a county fair. Laura and Lawrence Nelson, a mother and her teenage son, lynched together in Okemah, Oklahoma in 1911. Photographs taken, postcards printed, distributed. Reuben Stacy, lynch in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1935. Surrounded in the photograph by white families, including young children who appeared to be attending a social outing. The children are looking directly at the camera. They are not disturbed. This is normal to them. These were not crimes committed in darkness. They were public events, advertised in advance, attended by hundreds, almost never prosecuted. These photographs existed because a market existed for them. Someone printed them, someone sold them. Enough people bought them to make it worth repeating. That is not the story of individual evil. That is the story of a culture that consumed the killing of Black people as entertainment. This has been part 2 of What They Did to Us. Presented by the Unheard. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Part 3 continues with children used as alligator bait, Black people hunted for sport, and the forced sterilization of Black women across the American South. Subscribe so you don't miss it.